Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I want to get on here and talk four dreams, we'll tell you, four dreams that I have had that I just feel I need to share again because a lot of you are new to my channel and you haven't heard these dreams. I believe they're warnings and I just want to share them again for that reason. So today is April 8th. Solar eclipse day. If you don't know that, I live in Ohio, which means that I'm in a path of totality. Now, I am not exactly in the path of totality. That's a little bit west of me, but where I am will have 99% obscurity at one point. So I'm actually interested to see what it gets like. I have never seen the amount of media attention and attention in general of a solar eclipse as what has been this year. It's kind of weird. Like why, what makes this one so much more special? We've had solar eclipses before. Or maybe I just haven't paid attention. Then they do get a bunch of, I don't know. I think this has gotten way more attention than what I ever remember a solar eclipse getting. I am interested to see how dark it will get at one point here in Ohio where I am. So anyway, you can see right now it is a gorgeous day. We've got very few clouds. It's 76 degrees. The sun is intense and it's wonderful. It's a beautiful day to actually see the eclipse. So this is why I wanted to get on here and talk to you though, because I don't believe that people are saying, oh, the rapture's going to happen and different things. Yeah, I don't believe that because that's just not the way that God works. Is we will notice the signs is what the Bible says, but it doesn't say on this day things are going to happen when you expect it. It says when you least expect it. So don't believe that. Are there signs in the moon and the stars? Absolutely. And the sun is maybe a sign today, or it may just be a solar eclipse. I don't know, but I get to see it. But I want to share these four dreams with you. I have to close that first. It is so hot. That sun is hot, hot, hot today. So this is what happened is in 2020, I had a dream. I've had four dreams. And listen to me when I say that yes, I am a person that has dreams. I've always dreamt and I never remember them. I cannot tell you any dreams. Actually, even I'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh my gosh, I had dreams all night long and I can barely tell them to you. Or I remember them for just a little bit and then I completely forget them. Except these four dreams. I have never ever forgotten them. They are right here. I can vividly see them still. And there's something to that. I believe that they are from the Lord. And I believe that I think anyway, that I was given these dreams to help warn others. So I had the very first one at the very end of 2020 and two food shortage dreams right in a row. Two dreams that I knew what they were saying is you need to get food in your house. And I believe that we have such a kind and wonderful Lord that he's actually given us time. You know, for people who have said, well, nothing's happened and you said to do this or that. I suggested, I didn't say do it. But as far as getting food and water in your home, I just think that that is just common sense no matter what. I know that most Americans anyway don't live like that. We don't have full pantries, but our grandmas, they did, and our ancestors, I mean, they always did. So anyway, I felt like I should share this information with others. So I did on YouTube. And I just feel that with all the new people, I need to share this again. And then you decide what you're going to do with it. So the first dream was the very end of 2020 and was more like a vision, which I've never had one of those before either. But, well, I guess, I don't know, maybe a vision. I was asleep, so maybe it's not a vision, but it was very, very, very short. Maybe it's just a super short dream. That's what it's called. All I saw was this dark, like a cellar look, and it was gray in there. It was small, and the light kept flickering on and off. Like just a bulb was flickering on and off. And in that small room, that small cellar room, it had two shelves, went all the way from one end of the wall to the other, small room, and they were completely filled with cans of beans, canned beans, like beans that or cans that jars like your mama would use to can something, or your mom would use to can your tomatoes from your garden. It was those kind of jars, and they were full of beans, like bean soup. And it was only one kind, all the same. But what I knew when I wake up from that was you need to stock your pantry. I just felt that, like in my spirit. I just felt it when I woke up, what that meant. The second time it happened again, I had another food shortage dream, or, well, I guess the one's not a food shortage. It was a warning. I don't know. But anyway, the second one actually was a food shortage dream. I walked into Walmart. It was my local Walmart. I know what the Walmart looks like that I live at, the 2 entrances. I walked into the entrance. That was the grocery section. The shelves were bare. I can still see it in my mind. Nothing. It had been wiped out, and there was just like some trash is all that was left on a few of the shelves. I walked on back, and you could see the mops, the brooms, that whole that aisle, you know, that has all the cleaning stuff, but the food was all gone. I don't know what the rest of the store looked like. I didn't see that section, but all I saw was the food section, and the food was gone. And let me just tell you this. I have heard from different people that a grocery store could be wiped out within days. The shelves would be completely empty. And I believe that because with the solar eclipse going on, like there's different states that are having a state of emergency, Ohio. And what they have said is if you live in the path of totality, mostly, as opposed to me, I am in the point where we're supposed to have 99% obstruction, but I don't live exactly in the path of totality. But whenever they have said, fill up your gas tanks, go to the grocery store, make sure that you have food and water in your home. I've heard the reason is because there will be a flood of thousands of people that will be coming to that area, and it will be, the traffic is going to be more full. They're going to sell out of things more. That's what I've heard. So that, I mean, it's plausible. That makes sense to me. Let me tell you, here in Ohio, almost all the schools are closed, or they're getting releasing early. Businesses are closing early. They don't want people out and about on the roads. So yeah, it's a big event. Even though, like I said, I've never heard of it being this big of an event, a solar eclipse being this big. So that's what I saw in my dream for the second one. I knew, and I knew it when I woke up, that food shortages were coming. And then after hearing all this about the solar eclipse that's going to happen here today in just another few hours, and them saying that you need to get this stuff in your home, well, I think there's probably truth to within days, a grocery store could be completely wiped out. I just felt at that time I needed to get on YouTube. I needed to share that it's time to get your pantries full. It's time to put food and water in your house. How would you cook? How would you have heat? Those kind of things. So I shared that warning or suggestion. I shared that suggestion. Number 3, I had another dream, and it was a little bit later. And listen, I haven't had any more dreams in years. I haven't. Since the first one started in 2020, then I had them in 2021. I haven't had any more dreams that I remember, you know, those kind of vivid dreams that I remember. Number 3, I saw foreign soldiers on American soil. And before 2019, I would have said, no way, could not happen in America. We are the strongest nation out there, and you could not penetrate our airspace. You could not make it into America. Until now, and I don't feel that way anymore. We're a military family. I have always felt we are strong, and I don't think that America is very strong anymore as far as whenever the military comes in. I mean, recruitment is way down. They can't even get people to go into the military, and there's just something to that. Well, I saw white foreign soldiers in America. And I saw them within where I live. And I know that because the landscape where I live was the same landscape that I saw in the Midwest, was the same landscape that I saw in my dream. And this dream, I wasn't seeing as a first person. I actually was above, and I could see myself in the dream. So I know it was at least I don't know if it was Ohio, but I know that it was the same kind of landscape. There weren't palm trees or anything like that. I know where I was, and I was within at least the area that I live in. It was fall time. There were no leaves on the trees. Whereas right now, obviously it's April, it's spring, the trees are blooming and they're beautiful, but it wasn't. It was kind of gray skies. There were no leaves on the trees, and the grass wasn't green. It was, you know, more of a dead, dying, you know, kind of saying, it wasn't this bright, beautiful green. And I saw myself and my dad was the same looking dad that he is now. Like he wasn't any younger, not any older. I don't even know what it'll look like when he's older for sure. But he was my dad that I have right now. And he was injured and I was trying to help him. We were trying to get to, for medical attention, and we were going down this little hill area and trying to get into this structure because we heard the soldiers coming. They were coming down the road, and we just knew that they were in control and we were not supposed to be out moving around. We were trying to go as fast as we could whenever we didn't think anybody was looking. And we went down and we got into the structure, and the structure had not been finished. So it's like a building got started and never finished. We got inside, we sat down. There was no front at all to this. So whenever the soldiers came by, they saw us, but we weren't doing anything. And then we were subdued. And then whenever looking in the structure also, there were other people there, and they were subdued also. The clothes were dirty, just stains and rips, and just people looked haggard, very haggard in my dream. So that was the dream. And whatever foreign soldiers that you pick, but they were white. I know in my dream they were white soldiers. And they were speaking a different language when they were coming down. Like we could hear them coming down the road and knew we had to get down that little incline and get into that building. They were speaking their own language. I don't know what language that is because I don't know different languages enough. But anyway, that was dream number 3. And then I had a dream number 4, and this one was different. So this one was, I was walking out of a building within the city that I live in. It was actually a shopping center kind of building. And I walked out and I was walking towards my vehicle, and a girl that I know really well, a lady I know really well, she was walking behind of me and she was just talking. And I didn't see myself again. I just saw me first person. I was walking towards my car, and while I was walking towards my car, the darkness just was descending very, very quickly on me, and fear. I could feel fear with it getting darker and darker, and I just was trying to get to my car quicker to get to safety because I could just feel this absolute fear coming upon me. The darkness was coming from behind, and the person that I know, that I've known for years, like she's kind, she's fun, she's got a good personality, and she looked like herself, but her voice started changing. She was not herself. She was talking like it wasn't even her, but it still looked like her. And I had no idea. When I woke up from the dream, it really didn't make sense to me, except for the feeling of complete darkness descending very quickly upon me. And then this personality change, this complete personality change in this person that I know. And then I just recently was just listening to this person talking about how they're putting brain chips in people, altering DNA, the possibility of doing that, making people ultra human to live longer. And I just kind of felt this little bell go off because I've told you, I can remember every single dream. I can vividly see it, but the meaning for the last one didn't really make sense. Kind of this little bell went off in my head, and I was like, oh, that is what happened in my dream, is I could feel the darkness of evil descending upon me quickly. And the person that I've known that looked the same was not the same because she'd been altered. She'd been altered from the inside, and it just was not the same person that I knew. She was talking differently. I believe that they're wanting to alter people and alter DNA and all of that. And so I just knew that was what my dream was. So, okay, I just wanted to share those 4 dreams just for people who are newer. Use them as a warning. Use them as a suggestion that you should probably do some things for your own home. Take it however you want it. You can believe me or not believe me even. But I'm sincere. They're the only 4 dreams I've ever had. I'm not one of those people that gets on and says, had another dream, and it's like 2 days later. And you know what? God can work like that in some people. So I'm not saying, I'm going to be just not saying anything against anybody. I'm just saying that I had those 4 dreams, and I know they're significant, and I know that they're from the Lord, and I know that things are changing quickly in our world, and that we need to be aware. And not only is the world getting wacky, not only is it 2024 elections, and I think things will get worse as we get near November, but I also think people are getting just wacky. Just no common sense in so many people now. But all right, that's all I wanted to share. You do with it what you want. I will see what this total eclipse in Ohio is going to be like today. Until next time, I'm out.